Greetings and welcome to the Fan Perspective. My name is Nathan Nile and this is WNBA Weekly. I hope you enjoyed your 4th of July and I hope you enjoyed 2 exciting days of games after that. Let's see some of the action that went down this weekend. First of all, on Saturday, big news is that Tamika Catchings played in her first game of the season. And she didn't really have a huge day, but she littered the stat sheet, doing a little bit of everything. 6 points, 7 rebounds, 4 assists, 2 steals, and 3 blocks, and a partridge in a pear tree. I wish I could take credit for that joke, unless it's a really bad one, in which case it definitely wasn't mine. But the Stars had 4 players scoring double figures, led by 14 points from rookie McBride, who hit a game-winning 3-pointer with 2 seconds left to go. And then the Washington Mystics, they had 3 players in double figures, led by an 18-point game from Meessemen. But the Dream, they had 5 players in double figures, led by 18 from Lyttle. De Souza was 1 rebound short of a double-double. And the Dream, they hand Washington their 3rd straight loss. Diggins led the way with 30 points and 6 assists. Lloyd Johnson added a double-double. But Katie Douglas led the team with 18 points. And the Sun managed to grab a win. Sylvia Fowles had her first double-double of the season with 19 points and 11 rebounds. Breland led the team with 20 points and was 1 rebound short of a double-double. But Bird and Langhorne both had 19 points apiece to lead the team. Wright had a team-high 11 assists, and the Storm, they hang on for a win. Then on Sunday, you had an exciting doubleheader on ESPN2. I hope you got to watch them. First of all, Maya Moore, she led her team with 25 points, 8 rebounds, but behind double-doubles from Cappy Pondexter with 18 points and 11 rebounds. And Tina Charles, who had a career-high 32 points, also adding 10 rebounds. The Liberty, they get their 3rd straight win. And then Candace Parker led the way with 27 points and 6 assists. Christy Tolliver added 26 points as well, hitting 5 or 6 from 3-pointers. But the Mercury had all 5 starters in double figures, led by 32 points and 6 assists from Diana Taurasi, who was 7 of 10 from 3-point range. And also, this happened. I was at work, so I didn't get to see the game in its entirety. But they had a TV on, and so when that moment happened, I instantly grabbed this guy and I pulled him over here. He always wants to talk shit. And I was like, check out this highlight. No. Sit here and watch it. He had no answer. Okay, he had an answer, but it was a bullshit answer. This guy just opened his mouth and random words just come flying out. Anyways, the Mercury, they won their 7th straight game, and now here are the standings. Now a few games to look forward to this week. First of all, on Tuesday, you've got Connecticut at Atlanta. This one's going to be on ESPN2 at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And Atlanta, they've been very dominant this season at home. They've had 2 losses at home, both of them to the Fever. And meanwhile, Connecticut, they've struggled a lot more on the road. And so this just looks like a very tough matchup. Then you've got Indiana at Tulsa at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And the last time they played, the Shock went into Indiana. They won it in overtime. And the Shock have played better at home this season. But Indiana is a team that plays much better on the road. And now with Catchings back in the lineup, it's a great addition to have. Like I said, she littered the stat sheet. She does a little bit of everything. She makes the team better in every aspect. So this will be a really tough matchup. And even though the Shock are better at home than they are on the road, they've got a losing record on the road and they're only 500 at home. Then you've got Los Angeles at Minnesota. This is part of a doubleheader. This one's going to be on ESPN2 at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And both of these teams are coming off of tough losses, looking to rebound. Los Angeles, they've already lost twice to the Lynx in LA. And the Lynx, so far this year, they've been a 500 team on the road, and they've only lost 1 home game so far this year. And despite the fact that they've been struggling recently, the Minnesota is still a strong team that already has 13 wins on the season. Then on Wednesday, you've got Washington at Chicago at 12:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Both of these teams are on losing streaks. Chicago had a better start to the season, so they got a slightly higher standing. But Washington is still in the race, and this is a much-needed win for both of these teams because Washington, thanks to their losing streak, they've slipped down to dead last, and they need to get a few wins together to climb back up. But there's still enough time left in the season that the playoffs are not completely out of the question for that. Yet they can win. Then you got Seattle at Phoenix at 3:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And so far this season, the Storm have played the Mercury twice. Both of them in Phoenix. Both of them 15-point losses. Seattle's playing better recently, and a win wouldn't completely blow my mind. I just don't expect it. Seattle definitely plays much better at home, and even though they're looking better lately, the Mercury have won 7 in a row. There's a reason for that. Then you've got New York at San Antonio at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. In New York, they've got their longest winning streak of the season. The last time they played the Stars, it was a 12-point loss. That game was in New York, and the Stars have a much better road record. But then again, New York, away from the Garden, they've only won one game this season. Then on Thursday, you've got Connecticut at Indiana at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. They've already played 3 times this season with the home team winning every contest, but this is the first time they played with Catchings in the lineup. This game definitely looks like it's in Indiana's favor. Connecticut looked great for a while, but they're starting to slip up again, showing some of that youth. We got Minnesota at Tulsa. This game is at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And both of these teams have been struggling lately. And earlier this season, the Shock, they lost to the Lynx in Minnesota by only 1 point. Tulsa, the better team on the road at home, but they're at 500 at home, and Minnesota's 500 at the road. And despite how much they've struggled recently, the Lynx are still playing pretty good basketball. That's it for today. Tune in on Friday for an all-new edition of WNBA Weekly. But until then, this has been the Fan Perspective. I'm your host, Nathan Lyle. I hope you enjoy your week.